The scene is set in Capitol Heights. Arthur the Wicked, one of the newest members of the city, is driving through one of the better neighborhoods in the area, thanks to a botched streetwise roll, attempting to find gangs to push some sway over. He sees a group of what he believes to be miscreants wandering down the street, pulls the stolen 2002 Ford Focus over to the side of the road, hops out to accost the group of youths on their way to a robotics competition, and the first person that makes eye contact stares at them and demands them to tell him who is in charge. He fails a dominate roll for that one, but luckily, probably being such outstanding members of society, they point to the captain of the robotics team and say that he is. To which point Arthur gets in his face and says, "You work for me now. If you have any questions, don't even bother asking them. What I tell you to do, that's what we do." The four young individuals seem very confused and slowly edge their way back towards the point where they come from, to which Arthur instructs them to get into the car. They do not. Not at all. Let me actually see.
You're driving a Ford Focus, but how is Arthur? What is his appearance? Like, how does he present himself?
He is neck and parts of face in bad jail tattoos. He is wearing a black-collared shirt with the collar popped up as obnoxiously high as he possibly can. Camouflage pants, Timberland boots, and a messenger bag around his back. A perpetual scowl, and one of his eyes is milky and cloudy, as if cataract of some kind.
Okay. Do you want to just do a appearance intimidate roll? Let's see what kind of response you're going to get from these youths.
I can do that. They do not like me today.
Well, it's still one success. So yeah, they're backing away, very nervous and hesitant, and one of them actually pulls out his cell phone and quickly hits a couple of buttons on it.
Arthur will reach in, push the messenger bag to the side, and slide the handle and barrel of a 45 caliber revolver out of his pocket, brandishing it menacingly, and say, "When I say get in the fucking car, I mean get in the fucking car. We have fucking work to do."
Charisma intimidate? Unless you've got some sort of a group discipline, but
No. Well, I did slightly better.
all right. How many youths did you say there were when you pulled
Four.
up? 4? Okay. And 2 of them bolt, and 2 of them are scared and get into the car.
Excellent. He will get back into the car the entire time screaming obscenities in the direction of the 2 who are running away, brandishing his pistol like a madman, not firing any shots, because he doesn't want to attract that much attention, but definitely does not appear to be a fully sane and rational individual standing next to a very crappy uh, stolen car. And he will climb back in. If any of the two get in the passenger seat, he will immediately berate them to get into the back because they're not good enough to ride bitch.
You know what? From your description of them, I think I assume they just jump in the back.
Good, as they should. And he will take off, driving around town, completely oblivious as he's talking about territory and takeover, that they just have no idea what in the fuck he is talking about. Every time they try to mention something about how they just need to go to the community college to work on their robot, he interrupts them, tells them to shut the fuck up, and generally just menaces them for a good 5 or 6 minutes, before abruptly just stopping in the middle of the street, giving them a cell phone number, or getting a number from them, and telling them to get the fuck out, like while any traffic may or may not be driving past.
All right. And let me just check here. I'm gonna see 1, 2, 3, 5. Take a look, and so you go tearing off after you pick them up and go for a bit of a drive, and you're attracting a little bit of attention from being parked in the street and brandishing a firearm while yelling at the guys in the back seat of your vehicle.
I don't notice.
And no, you do not. I'm going to. That seems unusual. I'm going to have to see what I can see. And I don't think I see much. So I got very minimal success in trying to use Eyes of Chaos to ascertain on whether you're friend or foe. Very brief. Let me just take a look here. So it would be something basically of a dreamlike description on how would you describe Arthur on a scale of Sabat to Camarilla to Hunter? Where would you kind of fall? How would you describe that in a dreamlike state?
Well, he's got Beacon of the Unholy. First off, Sabat to Cam to Hunter. He is evil. It seems like this was if you had a child's toy that has circles and squares and stars, and you have to find a place to put them, the Sabat one is just beaten in with a hammer.
All right. That's actually a really good description. So that's, yeah, so I will see the square peg in the square hole. Beaten in the Sabat. All right. And I will probably sense a little bit of a kindred spirit then as well from your description. So, but not a recognizable face, not a recognizable demeanor. So you boot the kids out of the car?
Yes.
Okay, and I will slip into the back of the car then as they get out, and I will hitch a ride with you.
Totally.
And unless you've got Auspex, unbeknownst to you.
Actually, roll me dexterity stealth for that one, because the car's getting weighed by possibly two people instead of you.
I rolled wits and stealth to see if my obfuscated break, but yeah, I'll do a dex and stealth.
No, for me.
Oh, for you?
Yeah. Let's
How
say
many dice?
Let's say. Oh, good grief. Dexterity stealth. Let me check for. I should be decent at this one, so can't remember outright for now. 7 dice, please. I'll accept difficulty 7 because we might just bump into each other.
You got 3 successes on difficulty 7. So.
Oh, nobody knows I'm.
What's your wits and stealth to see if you break your obfuscate?
Yeah, wits and stuff. That'd be 7
Yeah.
dice.
7 dice as well.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like I planned to have the equal amount of dice.
You got successes. So so we both slip in, unbeknownst to each other and unbeknownst to the driver, slip into the backseat of this car after he boots off his technique.
Everything is unbeknownst to the driver. We'll continue to drive around to try to continue to grow his gang influence in the area, probably accosting a young woman on her way back from work. About now he is her pimp.
Am I gonna take pity on you, or am I not?
There's nothing pitiable about Arthur.
Seth is finding this a bit of an amusing distraction, so I'm gonna ride along for a while before saying anything.
Okay, tell me about that woman. I'll go for the perception alertness for the woman, just to check if maybe I'm missing something. No, actually, perception is 3 twice. 5 dice.
5 dice, okay.
Good.
Yeah, we got 7.
2 successes. I can probably tell at least, to Niberius, this doesn't seem to be a person who would be interested in taking.
He's really incognito.
Arthur got 1 success on that one.
Yay.
Moving up in the world. Probably at this point, halfway through his rant, realizes that she is not a hooker. Continues his rant, finishes it, and then drives off again.
Burning 1 blood point to strength, just in case we get a little altercation, and dropping obfuscate in the back seat of your car. A certain fellow that seems to be wearing a heavy, like 2 or 3 layers of clothing, seems like a hobo almost, except for the hands, and if you manage to get a peek under that hood, well, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, let me roll my
Perception
alertness here.
See if you even notice him sitting in the back.
Which I do not.
I'm going to wait till you're stopped in the street.
I am too busy telling that poor waitress to show me her tits.
So I'm sitting there and I see you drop your obfuscate, and I notice that he's so cool, he doesn't even seem to flinch at the idea of you appearing out of nowhere in the back.
Yeah, that's totally it.
Totally. Couldn't be anything else. So, Niberius is going to wait till Arthur stopped with the car because, this brain case is going to crash the car if I spook him while he's driving.
That's a very rational decision for this venue.
Well, I happen to be a rational type for the venue. So. and is going to go and go. I admire the way you're handling the mortals. That's fine, but you know, I think you're picking the wrong mortals.
Who the fuck are you? Did I?
And then Seth will appear as he adds in, I thought part of the reason was to create the stress and confusion amongst the people.
I thought I told you two motherfuckers to get out of the car and make me some money. Wait a minute. Who the fuck are you two?
Throws the hood down. Do I look like a fucking mortal to you?
No.
Glad we got that out of the way. I might take offense.
He adjusts the rearview mirror to not have to see that anymore.
Well, the question would be, who are you as you're driving around in my city and I've not met you before?
I'm Arthur.
You're not the Arthur that I know.
Who's the Arthur that you know?
Not you.
I'm with Owen.
Ellen.
Owen.
Oh. Owen who?
British accent?
Yeah.
Okay, I know about Owen.
Oh, there's another new.
Alice knows about him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, close enough.
Alice, I know.
Yeah.
So if you know Alice, and Alice knows some guy named Owen, and Owen knows this Arthur, then by chain of command and links, then everything should be smooth, I guess.
Glad we
Well,
got that out of the way.
well, at
Yeah.
least we know somebody knows you from the city. That's one of those things that's usually a little bit of a hang-up with the locals.
The paranoia's been kind of a smart move in a lot of instances, so.
Out of curiosity, were you planning to get civilians to do your criminal work, or was that a little bit of a fib on your part?
I will get whoever the fuck I feel like to do my criminal work for me.
No. I am not denying you. Go right ahead if you want to. I was more along the lines of if you were perhaps curious of somebody, you know, lending you a hand on getting real people with some real understanding about how things work on that field.
Well, that's just a shitty gang. I mean, I'm working with what I got here. At this point, cars are honking in the background because Arthur is not even paying attention. The light has been green for 2 cycles. Looks around, flicks off the driver behind him, and slowly accelerates.
Yay. Hey, why don't you take that turn over there to the... Well, it's a cheap parking lot, but hey, beats having the mortals bothering us when we're having a chat, right?
He will whip the car around, driving it literally like it's stolen. Probably hitting a curb and parking, taking up probably 3.5 spots, crooked and cockeyed like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So who the fuck are you two?
That would be Legate Seth, at least. From this car, he gets the seniority on being local. Me, I'm Niberius. I usually deal in information, and I think you need some.
I need something to do more than I need information. I'm getting fucking bored.
I can help with that too.
So what'd you have in mind?
Oh, you really shouldn't ask me that kind of question. It gets me all fluttery inside about the possibilities for me.
Well, now I'm very intrigued. Very, very, very intrigued.
So, how do you think about the notion of actually taking a few local criminals and telling them that they work for you?
I did that, but I'll do it some more.
Oh, those those guys wouldn't know their ass if you kicked it in.
I can do that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't help.
I'd have someone else kick their ass in. Prefer a hands-off management style.
Yeah. Hey, Seth,
Yes.
you think you're okay for a little walk and talk?
Yes. I've got time. Some time. A little bit of time.
Okay. Roll me perception streetwise. Funnily enough, I'm not that wonderful at this either, but you know, five
many
guys,
di-
five
How
guys
many
is a
dice?
little bit
Okay.
high.
Still more than I got. And it's 3 successes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Nibirius is going to find you, few people who seem to be standing in. You go out for a walk. Nibirius checking things out, keeping the hood down, and then he points at a few people. Those guys. See how they're standing in close to that alleyway, but not in that alleyway. They're
Some
gonna
criminals here standing near alleyways.
Yeah, because criminals who are in the alleyways have a bad tendency to go missing, from what I hear. You know, you get hungry, there's somebody standing in a dark alleyway, they go missing, you're feeling pretty good about yourself at the moment. You know how it goes.
And Arthur wanders off in the direction of the people standing near the alleyway without hesitation for if there are cars coming, or he walks in their direction, screaming at them, hey, motherfuckers!
I am betting they will bolt and make my way on the alleyway, because that's the exit strategy, I'm betting.
I'll then use awe to get their attention, and try to dominate one of whoever turns towards me first. Arthur doesn't really care to come talk to him.
Okay, so make your awe roll.
Oh, what is the awe roll? I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm just flipping to that.
I'm used to LARP rules.
Okay. That would be charisma and performance and spending a blood point. Difficulty 7.
Alrighty. Bloop. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you got up to 20 people's attention. That actually would affect Nibirius and I as well, because I don't think there's that many people in the area.
Probably not. Not that the loud maniac screaming while crossing the street isn't getting anyone's attention enough. But goddamn it, if you're gonna do something, don't half-ass it.
So yeah, they go to take that exit strategy, and then you're like, hey, and they just kind of stop where they're standing and all look right at you. And Seth keeps his eyes on you as well as he starts following you towards them.
I'm gonna wander over there. Tell me who your fucking boss is, and I will. Oh Jesus, let me clear that real quick, and roll my mesmerism, which at difficulty 6 is 3 successes.
Tony.
Take me to Tony. Another 3.
Okay.
I am going out on a limb and saying nobody's paying attention to the hobo at the back, so obfuscate time again.
Yeah. Everybody's paying attention to this loudmouth, so yeah. You want to obfuscate? I don't think anybody's gonna do anything. Are you spending a willpower to ignore his awe, or are you allowing it to work on you?
Yeah, hey, I like this guy already.
Yeah.
Just actually roll me 4 dice if you would for a perception awareness. Just let's see if I
Okay.
spot it going off.
You got an 8 and a 9.
Oh, I'll know something's up here.
Yeah, I kind of assumed, but I guess I'll make my perception awareness too. Yeah. That's like 2 4s. It's like eight successes. I know exactly what he's doing, but I don't feel threatened at the moment, so I'm not going to try to resist it, because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Arthur's a claymore, and he's pointed in that direction.
Point towards enemy. It's not pointed towards me. We're okay.
Exactly.
Actually, Niberius might be thinking along. Oh, this will be fun.
All right. Well,
I want to go see Tony.
yeah, he starts walking down the street a little bit and takes you to his car. It's an older model, but it's looking pretty good. He's got it fixed up a little bit. Paint job's a little scuffed, but I mean he's got new rims and the interior is looking pretty good. So this guy's got a little bit of cash. But he's lately not been able to maintain it. That's why the paint's a little scuffed. He opens the car, and he and 4 guys pile into the car. There's room for 1 more.
Arthur will sit in the passenger seat. If any of them have a problem, then he will deal with it at that point. But Arthur doesn't ride a bitch. No one puts baby in a corner.
They've got no problem with it. They're all staring right at you. Everything's all fine. What does Niberius do? Oh. We lose you, Heike?
No.
Okay. Well, there's not really an open space for Seth to try to squeeze into the car. But on the same time, everybody's all in odd. So let's and I am actually gonna sit on the laps of the tools that are crammed into the back seat. So I'll just cram myself in there and just sit on their laps, and nobody knows I'm there. And you know what? With your awe up, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm even going to feed on while we're traveling because I could use some blood to top off, and nobody's fucking paying attention to me. So, Because I need blood like a mofo.
The whole time they're driving, Arthur will do his rant again about how they're going to be working for him. Sometime during the trip, he will make sure that he looks the driver in the eyes and tells him that when he's done talking with Tony to give him his car keys.
Okay. And that's you're using mesmerize on that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's very successful.
Because I don't remember where I parked my last car, so I need a new car.
And do you want to do a charisma intimidate check on these guys that are in odd with you, and the difficulty is going to be pretty low as they're paying rapt attention, whatever you're saying.
Yeah, totally. Let's make that happen. Yeah, that should that should make him double think.
You got these guys pretty good. So yeah, he actually is going to drive. I'm trying to think of. He's probably going to drive over to Briarville, near the edge of Briarville, so not too far away. It's a bit of an upscale, nice community. It's not like those opulent, fancy mansions that you see in the movies when they're driving up in Beverly Hills to the drug lord's house. But it's this guy has made some money and he's doing okay for himself with what he's got going on. There are some guards standing at the gateway, and when they see your buddy in the driver's seat, they nod at him and let the car go through.
I will nod at them as well.
Some bitch. Yeah, actually, they get a really good look at you as you go through, because your awe would still be in effect, and you haven't gotten the attention of 20 people yet. So yeah, the guards know exactly what you look like.
I am A-okay with that.
Watch you go through. They're all blown away by how awesome you are.
And evil.
And this is why I want to learn presence.
Oh God, yeah, Octavio. Oh.
And yeah, we'll drive on in.
Oh, is Ike back?
Yeah, looks like he has returned.
Sorry, I had a connection issue.
No problem. He got into the car. The car was pretty crammed. Obfuscated, I made my rolls considering we were all in odd with Arthur here, and I actually managed to cram myself into the back seat with all the other toadies. What was your choice on how you were going to proceed?
Did Arthur tell everybody that they're not worthy riding bitch with him?
He took bitch. He took shotgun immediately. No one puts baby in a corner.
You gonna squeeze in with him in the front seat?
He probably won't notice.
No. Not with the dice pools he was rolling with stealth, so I think, yes, we managed both to come with you.
That sounds fair and reasonable.
And yeah, your friend and his buddies, that's, 5 of them, plus the guard at the door of the house, all fall in line behind you, following you as they head
Uh,
Sorry, my computer just did something weird. They just followed you into the house. The guard, he just falls right in line and paying attention to you and is very compliant towards you. And frick. And you get those with lower, and you still haven't used it up against 20 people. This is going to be a fairly easy conversation for you to have. As he brings you in, Tony's just kind of sitting there watching TV. And he seems a little surprised when you guys walk in, but he doesn't really say anything as he just kind of fixes his attention on you.
Tell all your fucks to leave. This is an adult conversation.
And what are you using on him?
Mesmerism.
Okay.
I did not do that great.
Okay. He's like, guys, leave us alone. And guess what? His cronies totally ignore him and stand there staring at it.
God damn it. Let me roll my alertness to see if I figure out why this is happening. Oh my god, I got a success.
Woohoo!
And I will drop awe.
All right, so I'm just double checking what happens when subject remember how they felt in their presence. Okay, so you drop awe, and they're just kind of, they're not focusing their attention on you, but they're still going to be favorable towards you.
Get the fuck out of here. It's time to have an adult fucking conversation. Go find the kiddie table.
And Tony's like, yeah, guys, just leave us. And they're all just kind of like, all right, you sure, Tony? And he's like, yep. Yeah, okay, we'll just be out here. And they kind of back out of the room, and door closes behind.
So, Tony, you work for me now.
And
Have you not gotten that phone call? I'm Arthur, and you're gonna fucking love me, 'cause I fucking love me. Everyone should fucking love me.
Wow, that's a fairly well thought out offer. Who the fuck are you?
I told you, I'm Arthur. Did you get any? You look tired. You should go to sleep. And I will command him to sleep. Which he goes to sleep.
He goes night.
I'm gonna give him a point of blood to one step bond him to me. And then, because Arthur is Arthur, he will spend like the next 3 or 4 minutes just kind of wandering around the room, checking out the area, sitting in all the comfy chairs, dicking around with the TV, seeing what's on, before he realizes, oh shit, I'm here to actually get something accomplished. In which case he will slap Tony in the face a few times to wake him up. Be like, man, what have you been drinking? Because I kind of want some.
There's some whiskey. Sorry, I my shipment of cognac hasn't come in. He's gesturing over.
Yeah, you just fell the fuck asleep, man. You really need to relax and get some sleep, and that's why I'm here. Luckily, I know. Thank God for Arthur. It's okay. I understand. I know. I'm here to help. I'm here to help, buddy. In fact, I'm gonna come by tomorrow, and when I do, you're just gonna let me the fuck in so we can have another conversation. And I'm gonna mesmerize him again because what is the point of having a shit ton of? Oh, Jesus. I need to hit clear next time. What is the point of having a shit ton of dominate if you can't just throw it around willy-nilly?
All right.
I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow.
Probably a good idea.
And then the same thing after that, which we can probably accomplish later on. Something different. He wants a perception finance. I'll roll that for you, buddy.
Yay!
Yeah! A 10, 2 7s.
Do you have finance, Arthur?
No.
Okay. So Nibirius will notice that it's obvious that this guy is kind of trying to hold things together, but whatever his business is, it's not been as successful as it once was. He's kind of come on lean times. You can notice a few things that, like the quality of liquor that he's got in the cabinet, the clothing that he's wearing, and the clothing and what kind of how his guards are armed, how many guards he's got. It just this guy's organization's not doing as well as it once was. Growth opportunities.
Arthur doesn't notice things.
No.
Like, ever. And with that, he's going to pat Tony on the head like an asshole and turn and walk out. And when he walks past the guy who drove him here, he's just going to hold his hand out for the key.
And the guy will hand you his keys. The other guys kind of look at him funny, and
just gonna.
He himself seems a little bit puzzled.
He's gonna take the key and book the fuck out of there before anyone has a chance to say anything. They are more than welcome to follow me, and we can have more conversations, and I can bend their minds to my will.
Let's take a look. See here. Is that they'll probably. You know what? They'll probably check on Tony first, and he's alive and he's favorable towards you, and they're still feeling favorable towards you. They're gonna assume that you're like some high up enforcer kind of guy, and they're just not supposed to fuck with you. So here's my keys. Take my car.
I'm just gonna get in, start it up.
Knock on the window. Hey, were you planning to let me in too?
He'll open up the door. Not even questioning, like.
Yeah.
I'll drop obfuscate as well as I get into the car.
And then as he drives off, he will nod and salute to the guard at the gate and head out.
Well, that was definitely entertaining.
Education
Interesting to watch.
I'm good at what I'm doing.
Apparently. Working motion. Let me 1, 2, 3. So what's your end game for this? Are you attempting to raise a ghoul army out of these guys, or
Street influence.
just street influence?
Yeah.
You just want to be able to muck around with what's happening?
Yep. I like having people. Having people's nice. Having people means I
I
don't have
like
to do
that.
things.
I can appreciate that. We've had quite a few people who have been distracted by more material focuses when they deal with mortals. So it's nice to have somebody who really just wants to teach them what it means to be prey.
And I was kind of getting fucking bored, so that was fun, and it distracted me for a little bit.
Ah.
And I got a new car.
And a
I've
few new
been
acquaintances.
I've been busy with less lighthearted activities lately, so it was a nice diversion. But
I'm good at diversions.
well, I'll definitely keep that in mind, Arthur, because you never know when you need a good diversion.
I always need a good diversion. And he will flip a U-turn in the middle of the road just to prove a point and start driving in another direction. I don't know where the fuck I'm going, by the way. I'm still new here and I have no idea where I am. Well, I really have no idea where I am. Where the fuck am I?
Where do you need to go?
I don't really know. I got nothing going on. When it's getting close to the sun coming up, I'm just gonna call Owen and
and get direction.
Yeah, get directions. If not, I'll just find a nice bed and breakfast. Just you knock on the door and tell them to let you in.
That is very handy.
It's
very handy.
I don't know what I would do without it. I literally have no idea how I would exist without it.
Well, it's handy to have that then.
So,
well, if you're looking for just a place to tear things up, I know in the south there's a few areas that are pretty complacent for random acts of violence and mayhem, if that's your thing. I know specifically Lincoln has gotten used to missing persons and minor massacres.
I like acts of violence, but I prefer necessary ones. I mean, if I'm bored as shit, then random one destruction, yes. But I mean,
It's good to
violence
have.
and
It's good to remind oneself that there should be at least some cause for the mayhem.
yeah, exactly. And when you're doing something for a reason, it feels a little bit better. I mean, not noticeably much more, but at the end of the day, you get to say, "Yeah, I did that."
Well, but keep in mind our very nature gives us reason to pray and torment the mortals. It is what we
No,
were created for.
I just do it because it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, one should enjoy your work, that is for sure.
Old hookers don't giggle.
We'll take your word for that.
So what's the rundown in this place? I got a little bit from Owen.
Was he new to the city as well?
I think so. I
Okay.
knew him a while back. He apparently knew our other pack mate. I like that guy. He's a good guy. I really like that guy.
That
Bane.
guy have a name?
Bane.
Bane. Okay.
Good guy. Stand-up guy. Hits people with a pipe.
That would get the job done for sure.
Yeah, if I need someone to get hit in the head with a pipe, I know who to call. Bane.
Lowdown on the city is basically we are currently in defense mode as a lot of us newcomers to the city are kind of stuck trying to hold together the shattered pieces from how the city was run previously.
Hmm. I like picking up pieces. It's not fun.
No, but once we get a few other items taken care of, it will be a very glorious rebuttal to the invaders' actions. So it'll be a fun, necessarily violent activity, I'm sure.
Well, necessary violence is what we do, as that is my pack's name.
Ah, you guys are the masters of the single entendre as well, I see.
Yes.
Well, myself, I am in the process of moving and am trying to find a more permanent abode than just sneaking into houses randomly. So, unless there's anything else you gentlemen need from me this evening, if you
Uh,
could drop me off by the bridge and I can cross over to the south, I'll take my leave to continue house shopping.
oh, sure. I had a small curiosity. What's the back situation looking like for you? I heard fireflies. You know.
We've suffered quite a few losses, and currently, with only two members, we are
Not a
trying
pack.
to, yes, so we are trying to reassess our current situation. Are you looking for a new for contact and assistance?
Uh, One has to regroup at some point. The
Yes.
thing I was thinking, isn't there a few others who are low in numbers right now?
Yes, there are. Um, two of the packs have been decimated in the last few months and are down to two members. So
We should have
that
us a
I have
shovel
to
party.
that well that actually that's what I did the first time our pack got decimated down to two. So and that shovelhead is now the remaining member along with me. So I apparently picked the right one.
Darwinism at work.
uh, but I do need to meet with the other pack so that we can discuss our mutual situations for sure.
Yeah. You run into 40k peeps before me? Please let them know I'm looking. I heard I had one of them is Norse, so we should
Yes,
hook up, talk.
yes, for sure. He and I keep fairly, or I'm trying to keep somewhat contact with him for
Okay.
various reasons. Arthur, your pack is new to this city. Who is the priest of your pack?
I am.
Well, welcome to Zooster, brother. Uh, what is the best way to reach you? As we priests tend to try to meet regularly to discuss rituals and the spiritual welfare of the city.
As he's driving, he'll reach into his bag and pull out 3 cell phones. The first one is dead, and he just tosses it right out the window. The second one, he clicks a few buttons while he's driving. One hand on the cell phone, the other one on the wheel, and then holds it up for you to see the number that's on it.
Niberius does a small correction on your writing.
And Arthur doesn't even notice.
Yeah. I'm guessing phone is not the best way to reach you, but I have a feeling I will be able to track you down anyway.
Yeah, just look for the chaos. I'm good at that. It's
That's
way more fun.
Well then, I'm sure we'll cross paths because chaos seems to follow me where I go.
Oh, good. I'm gonna like you then. I don't know where you want me to drop you off, so you're gonna have to kind of point me in the direction.
You, you know what? Here. And Nibirius, it was good meeting you again. And yes, if I mate up with that pack prior to you, I will definitely indicate that one of his brethren's in the city.
Thanks.
And Seth will get out of the car once it's almost stopped. And we'll head off, and probably for Arthur, before Nibirius, he will disappear from sight, because I'm sure you're not looking at me as I get out of the car, so...
Not like it would matter.
No.
Ooh, look, a butterfly.
Pretty much.
Nibiri's gonna stay in the car for a few moments. He has an idea. So, if we're driving off and onwards?
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur,
Yes.
would you be inclined to accept a little advice with that new acquisition of yours?
With a grain of salt.
Yeah, they currently seem to be a little bit on the hard times. I spotted a few things.
What have you seen? Because I've seen some things too, but I just want to compare notes.
Oh, come on. The serious thing is, I'm good at some things, but I definitely don't have your talent on making people jump for me. So maybe we can reach a mutual understanding about what I need from those guys and what you want out of those guys, and we can work together for, both of us getting what we want out of them.
It would be very foolish of me to turn that offer down. And I am no fool. You need something, you let me know. You see something that needs my attention, you point it out, and I'll make it jump or swim or interpretive dance. Probably interpretive dance when I'm done with it.
Okay, here's the thing. They seem to be a little bit on the hard times at the moment, not making as much money as they used to. Asking about it from their boss. Keep an eye out if he's lying. Well, you got ways to get him tell the truth, right?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and if you can make them see that they're earning, they're gonna love you a little bit more, if that's possible.
There's always room to love Arthur a little bit more.
Glad to hear we got that sorted out. Anything else you need around the city for the moment?
I'm still getting situated. If you find any place really fun, let me know.
Okay. Fun on the mayhem category might be airport. I don't recommend it. I hear that's actually a real war type situation.
Ooh. I'm new, I'm good. Okay, so I'm not. Maybe later.
And did Owen warn you about the blood already?
Yes.
That's good.
Well, the warning, yes. The blood, no.
Yeah,
really
the warning good. The warning good. The blood. Oh, holy hell!
I don't want to fuck up my bowl.
I'd like to, stay on the healthy side. It's hard enough with the sewers being what they are,
You really live down there?
Dude, it's a fucking palace.
Really?
Yeah.
But doesn't, poop just float past you?
Well, some places, but you don't have to stay in those places. Gotta know where to go.
Take your word for that.
Yeah, not probably something you want to check.
That is probably the truest statement that has been uttered this night.
Okay. Oh, what else was there?
I don't know.
The new guys, you, me, we probably want to go and see a bishop at some point.
Yeah, checking in with authority would probably be a good idea.
Not too inclined to go in front of the cardinal, though.
Yeah, apparently the south is where all of them hang out, so I try to stay central, so that way I don't have to deal with the campfires or people who could possibly theoretically tell me what to do.
Could try and tell you what to do.
Yeah, that's probably a very good way of putting it.
You wouldn't by any chance happen to be one of those guys who figures that any claim of domain further than where your feet can reach and your arms can hold is a bit pointless?
I don't really put too much thought into it. I kind of just like to do me.
As long as you give the basic precepts of the sect,
Oh.
who the hell is gonna be in a position to tell you what else to do?
Exactly. I'll let the loyalists fight that fight, and I will wander off and have some fun while they are arguing about it. 'Cause I don't like arguing. I like to say something, and then it's done. I don't like to repeat myself.
How very moderate of you.
Indeed.
Okay, but I'll try and get you at some point if I get a chance to get in front of a bishop. I mean, if the bastards are too busy worrying about many of us at once, they're less likely to give us tasks.
That is very true. I plan on finding something to do, to get done, and solving, and that way when I go in front of the bishop, I can go in front of the bishop and say, look what I did, aren't my testicles magnificent?
Actually, getting a grip of the local street peeps might be a thing we can both point out and say, hey, we did this. So, let's cooperate on that. Not a bad idea.
That sounds excellent. I'm going to go meet him tomorrow around this time.
Which one?
That same guy. I got to keep feeding him blood until he loves me.
Oh, well, I'll see you there then.
How about we meet somewhere? Because I'm pretty sure I forgot how to get there.
You know what Chinatown is, right?
I can probably find it.
Chinatown, bridge over to the south, stay this side of the river. We'll see there. It's one of the 2 or 3 big bridges that go to the south, so spotting you there on the burger joint won't be too hard.
I will find the burger joint in Chinatown, and we will go from there.
Hey. So if you drop me off on that street corner,
He will pull the car to a complete stop.
pull the hood up before stepping out of the car because you don't want people scattering. Close the door. Thanks for the lift. And vanish into the crowds.
That Arthur will peel off like an asshole.
And that we can end scene. So thank you for watching another episode of Zooster by Night.